What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Unchained with Jeff Brooks tonight. I am so excited about episode number 3 for me. I've been doing solo podcasts now for 3 weeks, and I've just been so blessed to have the opportunity to do this. And tonight, I am super excited. I got my boy James Pickle and his beautiful wife Jenna. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's going to be awesome. They've got an amazing story, guys, and y'all that know me, you know I'm raw, I'm real. My whole point behind this podcast, which this podcast was actually a dream that I had several years ago. I said, you know what, I'm going to do that someday, and I really felt like God wanted me to do it. And we was just back in the green room, and I always take just a little second to share something about myself because it's so important that people hear your testimony. In the book of Revelation, it says that they overcame, as in us, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Your testimony is so vital to reaching people for Christ because, it's not about, oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. It's about, hey, if I can get through this, you can get through this. Jesus loves me and he loves you too, right?
Right.
So it's so awesome because, I was just on here. We were back in the green room chatting it up, and Jenna was sharing some of her story. Absolutely amazing, right? Can't wait for y'all to hear this. So cool. And I told him, I said, a little over a year ago, I was watching a podcast here on Quake Radio. I was actually watching Coon Hunters Outdoor Ministries, and JT Clegg, who now has Facing Goliath Rock Show on Quake Radio. He was giving his testimony. And that night, I decided that I didn't want to live anymore. Well, I decided several times before that, but that night was particularly bad for me. And, I said, how cool is it that God can get a hold of me, put me on a podcast to watch it, right? To help save my life that night, to over a year later, not just on podcast, but, having Quake Radio with my brothers. And it's like, it don't get any better than that, right? So I couldn't wait to get y'all all on here tonight because there are some amazing things that are happening at y'all's church. And y'all tonight is just, one of the amazing stories of what's happening at Killian First Baptist Church. And you're a part of that. And you get to
God, brother. It's God.
See it, right?
Right.
So cool. So
feel it, live it.
From the moment you walk in that door, it's on you.
That's what I tell people. Killian First Baptist Church in Killian, Louisiana is something you have to experience.
Right.
The people are absolutely amazing. James, I met you on March 18th of this last year. I might have met you before that, but it really stood out. You and your wife really stood out to me that weekend.
Right.
Because I really feel that the Lord made a connection between myself and y'all.
Correct.
And so I was like, man, always checking on you, always asking, Dallas, man, how's he doing? Or how's James doing? And how's Jenna doing? And y'all just really touched my heart.
It's love, brother.
And it is. And that's exactly what it is. But it's not just the love. It's the anointing that is on the two of your lives. It's the mantle that you carry and what it is that God has for you. It's just infectious. And we're going to get into that tonight. And before we do that, we are Quake Radio supported. So we're Quake Radio. You can catch us on Live 365, or you can catch us on quakeradio.com. And if you're watching this video, it looks like on the Facebook side of it, I got 9. I don't know how many we got on YouTube or the other social media channels, but I don't know how many people are listening. But y'all go check out Quake Radio. And Quake Radio is doing some absolutely amazing things. But like I said, we're listener supported, and we definitely appreciate everyone for tuning in. Y'all go follow the preacher man, Dallas Stewart. You can catch him Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. ish, unless I make him late, which I usually do every morning. Because we on the phone, y'all already know. But,
that's right.
But look, guys, I'm gonna let you gather some things together. We've been talking a little bit, and I want to, before we do anything at all, because like I said, we are Quake Radio, I'm going to spin a tune and set set the mood for this. Wait till y'all hear this. This is Yahweh by ASAP Preach.
And I'ma put my trust in you, Father. You always got my back, Yahweh. When I was feeling low, God saved me. Thinking about my past and all of the time wasted. But you tell me that it's gonna be alright. Cheer up, cause the rain gon' help you grow. Oh, Yahweh, my Lord, I give you praise. And you never late. Wanna call upon your name. Lord, I give you all my life now. You're my sin white, clean like a white down. And you got me shining bright like a lighthouse. Spirit speaking through me, even got it typed down. So I had to write down my vow, give it to you right now. Lord, you are my everything, I can't wait to find out. Heaven life, for you I'll fight till it's lights out. Lord, you be the bread of life, can you be my hideout? Oh, Yahweh, my Lord, I give you praise. And you'll never leave. Wanna call upon your name. Oh, Yahweh, my Lord, I give you praise. And you'll never leave. Wanna call upon your name. When I was feeling low, God saved me, thinking about my past and all of the time wasted. But you tell me that it's gonna be alright. Cheer up, cause the rain gon' help you grow. Oh, Yahweh, my Lord, I give you praise. Yeah, you'll never leave. Wanna call upon your name.
Love that one.
Isn't that powerful? It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yes, sir.
It is. It's just great. It sets the tone. It's wonderful praise and worship music that ASAP Preach is producing now. Songs that you can sing in church is right here on Quake Radio. So look, y'all, let's get this story time, right?
Yeah.
and listen, it's like I tell people, you never really know what somebody's story is if they don't share it. But more particular, you never know what somebody's story is unless you ask them what it is.
That's right.
And I just want y'all to share a little bit about where you used to be before Christ started to do the amazing things that he's doing in your life. And so if y'all would take your time and like I said, I'm raw, I'm real. This is all family content, yes, but you be as real as you want to be.
Yes,
So, Jenna, why don't you just, if you would, if it's all right, James, Jenna, if you would just give us a little glimpse into what your life was like prior to Christ.
No one watching who knows me would ever in a million years believe it. They just wouldn't. Unless they know me from previously, they would have no idea. I was wondering, I was raised in the church. My grandfather was a pastor. My other grandfather was a member of the priesthood. So I was double twined in church. And I grew up in church. Always had a passion for Jesus and tried to be that. And life happens. I got pregnant at 18, had my first child, got married at 18, got divorced a little while after that, and then had two more. And I had family. The family I had was not the family I wanted, I guess, to say it nicely. but I was just trying to do the best I could, and I didn't have much of a support system at all. Not even a little bit. I mean, when I was 20, 23 years old, I had one living grandparent and one living parent at the time. Now I have 0 living grandparents and I have one living parent at the time. But I don't talk to her because she's the best person in the world, but she's not sober.
Okay.
And so it was just, I was trying to do the best that I could with what I had. So I was a single mom, and I was able to pay my bills by dancing, and I was able to be home with my kids during the day, and I was only gone at night while they were sleeping, and that was my life for a while. And I was not going to church. I was still listening to Christian music, but I was not going to church. And then I met my husband, and I quit dancing. He told me I didn't have to do that no more. He didn't tell me I couldn't, but he told me I didn't have to, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to because I didn't want our kids to grow up and know any of that. But I mean, it is part of my testimony. Well, I met him, and I lost custody of my oldest son. Hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. And it made me want to take my life. I did not want to live anymore at all. I didn't want to be here. Even though I had 2 other children, a whole piece of me was missing. And his birthday it falls on Mother's Day every few years. He just turned 17, May 10th, and he turned 17 on Mother's Day. It took years before I was able to put pictures back up of him, speak his name. It was hard. He was stolen from me. He was sold, essentially. I was young. I had a lawyer. My lawyer was taking bribes, and he actually is famous down here in Louisiana for selling $8 bottles of water back to the state. He sure did. He went to jail for money laundering.
So did the judge.
And so did the judge. They sold my son. But during that time, the doctors, I was depressed. And so they would throw prescriptions at me, and they would throw this one at me. They would throw, oh, well, you need this one. And then that one had a side effect. So they would give me another one. And then it was making me crazy. It was throwing the chemicals off in my brain. And I was a nut job, a straight nut job. My poor kids, that they had to go through that. And I was just, it was horrible. And he put up with me through all of it. And then
stepped in when I needed to step in too on certain medications they was giving her, and it was hard.
It was hard. And I that was my life for about 6 years, if not longer. And then I quit taking them and had side effects from that. I was having mild seizures from getting off of them. If I missed a dose, I was having seizures quietly. I didn't say anything, but that's what it was. And I got off all the prescriptions and still was having those, I want to just not be here anymore. And by that time I woke up, and it was as if I'd been sleepwalking through everything.
Yeah.
My kids were no longer babies anymore. They were in school, and I feel like I was absent for all of that.
Yeah.
Like, was I? And so that was a whole nother, I was still missing my oldest, and then I missed all this with these because of my grief. And it was kind of like I was blaming myself. And then I had another child, our daughter, and it was kind of hard mentally for me because I felt like I was moving on with my life. And so it made me feel very resentful because I felt like I was happy but how could I be happy when I didn't have my son?
Right.
So it was a turmoil back and forth. And then I began to use a more natural form of medication. And it did help. It worked. It got me off of all the prescriptions. I didn't need them anymore. If I needed to go to sleep, I had that. If I had an anxiety attack, I had that. When I was depressed, I had that. And it worked. And I used that for years. And then finally, one day, after we started going to Killian First Baptist Church, I woke up and I was like, God just told me, you don't need this anymore. I gave it to you. I needed it, and you don't need it anymore. And I threw everything away. And
she cleaned house.
I cleaned house. I threw it all away. I literally got rid of everything. And he come home and he was like, I said, I don't need it no more.
Yeah.
He told me I don't need it no more. And I put it down and haven't looked back. I mean, we have 3 beautiful kids here with us. They are just like great kids. I don't understand why God took one from me, because I was never a bad mom. I'm a great mom, and I know that. But it's still just, why would God do this to me? And I know that he has a reason and a plan for everything. And I feel like because of my grief, he sent me my daughter, because he saw what it was doing to me. And he was telling me, Jenna, you have to be able to move on for your children. And if I couldn't do it for my other 2, he gave me another one where I didn't have a choice. He's like, you're moving on. He's going to come back to you. At some point, he'll come back to you. But our kids, these 3, they're honor roll students. They're in beta. They're in sports. They make good grades. They get praised whenever we go places because of their manners and the way they behave. And they're great kids. And they're actually working in the church.
Participating in the church.
That our boys, they work the slideshow projectors on Sunday, and they volunteer at the food pantry the 3rd Saturday of every month at the food give out, which that has a special place in our heart too.
Yeah.
Because at one point, that is how we fed our family.
Mm.
And they had no idea.
Right there out of Killian's.
Right there at that
Baptist church.
And no one knows it. And we show up and we work the 3rd Saturday of every month, and no one knows that we used to be one of those vehicles in that line. And our children, they were like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? Why are we going? Why? Because he felt it was so important. He's like, no, we're going. We're going to give back, because that's what gave to us. And we used to be one of those cars in the line, and the kids had no idea, because we didn't let them know that there was a food insecurity, because a child should never know that.
Right.
So they didn't.
Once I sat them down and explained it to them,
their eyes were like deers and headlights, like, what?
Yeah.
We're like, yes, that's how we used to feed you. Like,
and so Jason from Quake Radio says, because they understand the struggle. And that's what, I was trying to tell you, when I was talking in the beginning, we were in the back of the green room and whatnot. Who would have thought that, I know I wouldn't have. One, that I would end up being on a podcast, on one of these podcasts. Then I would end up turning around and having my own. And it's God will take you where you used to be and use it for his good.
That's right.
And we got a bunch of people on here watching right now. We got Alexis Dallas Christie, old Dallas Stewart. He's going to be on here. I mean, he's such a him and Christie. Yeah, that's the pastor. And Jimmy Holiday, Hazel Moss is on here.
I know.
We miss Brother Jimmy.
That's right.
Yeah, Brother Jimmy. I miss
every night, brother.
Yeah, that's right. Miss Sheeby, Benny Brayland is on here. Y'all know Mr. Benny.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a testimony in itself, brother.
That man, without him, we wouldn't be here
without
today.
Him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
That man helped us when our life was literally at the lowest, when we were going to those food pantries. That's who taught us. That's who showed us the way to provide. That man, he helped us so much, and our kids actually just on their own, that's their pawpaw.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
the only,
I
that's the
I
only
love
pawpaw they have.
I love me some Benny Braylon, boy. I'm gonna tell you.
That's
They
the only.
adopted him, and he for months he was like, "Hey, I want y'all to go to church with me. Hey, y'all need to come to church with me.
Yeah, no,
y'all would really like it. You need to come to church."
Like
with me.
I was
For
telling
months.
you, Jeff, I was heard in several different churches, man, and just the calling. I've always had the calling. I've been prophesied over 3 different times. Same calling.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the moment I walked into Killian First Baptist, Pastor Dallas, as soon as I walked in that door, I looked at her. I said, "We're home." I felt that presence, and I haven't felt that in a long time.
Yeah.
And,
we got Chris Quarterman, Shirley Chuck on here. I don't want to miss anybody. JT Clegg, one of Quake Radio's guys is on here. He's watching, and guys, I know I'm kind of interrupting this, but I'm going to give you a second here because it's so important. From seed to harvest. This is from seed to harvest. Here you have this food program. Right?
Right.
Now you got this food program, and y'all used that food program, right? Back when y'all had to.
Right.
And now you're a part of that program.
Correct.
And you're sowing that into someone else.
That's right.
Correct.
And what's so cool about it is when you plant an apple seed, it doesn't when it grows up into its full tree, it gets big, it starts producing fruit. You get apples, right? You don't get lemons. You don't get pears. You don't get anything but what that seed was intended for. And it's so cool to see that how God planted this seed in the two of you through this food program.
Correct.
And the fruit of what was planted is y'all are working this food program now. Right. And your kids are even involved in it.
That's right.
It's a family affair. I mean,
yes.
and that is what real planting seed and watering that seed and tending to the soil around it. And this right here is the fruit of that. It's awesome. And our lives ought to be that way. They ought to be that way. Yeah. And so go ahead. James, you were saying that you knew you were home. Y'all was at home.
I knew we were home when we walked through the doors. I felt the presence on it. And then, Pastor Dallas, he's always preaching on heart change.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it come from with me, because like I said, I've been in and out of churches all my life. My dad's a pastor.
Uh-huh.
Been in and out of church all my life, but I never had the heart change. And I started doing some research and everything, and I made an agreement with myself last year that when I go to work, because I'm a heavy haul truck driver, so I'm by myself all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I made the choice and figured, you know what, it ain't gonna hurt anything. I'm gonna listen to Christian music every day. Nothing else, Christian music every day, and see where it brings me.
Uh-huh.
And then I started having the heart change. And as I started changing my ways and my mind started changing, I started seeing things different. I was quick to pop off. Anybody that knows me knows that I was quick to pop off. Somebody told me something stupid. We were taking a ride, or somebody going. It was that bad.
Oh yeah.
And I started getting a mind change. And as I started doing that, then things started falling off of me. We got into this church. Everything, is one thing after another. I quit drinking. At one point in my life, I struggled with drug addiction. It's a generational curse. As far back as I can remember, my family was into drugs, alcohol. All of this started falling off of me. I didn't have the want for it. Even if I tried to drink, I would throw it up. First beer, I would throw it up. And it's God changing me. And there's a scripture, Ezekiel. Let's see. I wanted to share this with you, Jeff, because this is what put me through. All right. All right. Let's see. Ezekiel 37:26. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit in you and move you to follow my decree and be careful to keep my laws. And I do my best. I'm not perfect, but I get convicted when I do something in the flesh.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And I can't thank Pastor Dallas and Christy enough for being in our lives. You, Jeff, Steve and Holly. I mean, we got a thing going on.
Brother David, Miss Linnell.
Yeah, Brother David, Miss
Brother
Linnell.
Barry, Miss Sue.
All
it's
of
just
them.
all
Everybody.
of them.
Everybody in the church. It's actually a family. It's great. I wish
Miss Hazel.
Right. Miss Hazel.
Right.
So, and
it's so cool because like Jenna, was talking earlier, but I mean, she just didn't have the support that she needs, and now you surrounded by all the support you can imagine.
We
have
surrounded
friends, we have family.
Heavenly.
Yeah.
There was a point, Jeff, we lost everything at one time.
Uh-huh.
And that's when, I used to work with Benny a long time ago, and that's where Benny comes in part in my life. We worked together, never
God
knew.
put him in our life.
And we lost everything. I lose my job, come home, we got an eviction notice. We owned our home, but the land that we was on, we were leasing. We get an eviction notice, and I'm like, God, what else can happen? So we struggling, getting through.
And whenever you're struggling like that, that's whenever seeds of doubt get planted. And for him, I'm not providing. What are we going to do? For me, how my kids are in school? What are we going to do? And then it starts in between us.
Right.
We ended up finding the place that we're at now, the land we're at now. We bought right beside Brother Benny. He provided us water and lights until we could get on our feet.
We ran off of extension cords and water hose stretched from Mr. Benny's house.
Wow.
I'm saying without him.
An extension cord.
And then he was coming to Killian First Baptist before us.
Uh-huh.
And he kept telling me, man, you need to come, man, you need to come.
But see, he had already tried to bring us to one church prior, and it was just home. You could see those people in the store. You could see them on Sunday and they know you. You see them in the store, they don't know you.
Right.
And it's closer than Killian First Baptist Church. But that's not a place we want it to be. So when Mr. Benny started going here, he's like, y'all need to come, you need to come, you need to come. And it was a couple of months because his heart was hardened to it. He was hurt within a church.
Right.
And that goes deeper back to it goes way deeper.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of hardened to it, but we finally caved. And Mr. Benny, I believe, was put in our life for a reason. I mean, our kids just out of nowhere started calling him Pawpaw. That's their Pawpaw. That's all they have.
That's right.
Right.
We have no one. I mean, I have my sister. I love my sister. I have nieces. I have nephews. I love all of them.
Right.
But as far as like having a broad family, all that I have, we have his Paran. We have his uncles. We have his cousins. We do have family on his side. But as far as like a family right here, we don't.
Right.
We see them and coming and going. He talks to them on the phone, but it's like family doesn't get together like family anymore. And all of mine, I have my sister and I have nieces and nephews, and that's it.
Right.
And then we have Mr. Benny, and now we have everybody at church.
That's right.
Right. That's so awesome. And like I said, I keep telling people, Killian First Baptist Church is something you have to experience.
That's a fact.
You do, because it's just like
it's changing so many different people's lives. There is people coming that we know from different walks of life, and they're coming now, and we're watching the change. And the reason they came is they saw the change in us.
That's right.
They come to us and they're like, where are you going to church? They just see the change in us.
They want to know what's happening. Hey,
and they've been coming, and they're still coming.
Yeah.
It's so awesome, you know. And I remember this last March when I was down there speaking at that men's event, you know, it was so cool.
That was,
you know, there were some of us, you know, we were hanging out afterwards, and I remember James called Dallas and said, "Hey, y'all still there?" And hey, right?
Yeah.
And Dallas said, "Yeah, we're here. Come on," you know, and he come running right back. And you know, it's just it's just there's so many amazing things that are happening there. And it's like I said, I constantly am telling people, you know, it's something that you have to experience, because I have people up here that are super close to me, and they don't attend a church, but they catch Dallas. If they don't catch him on Sunday mornings, they'll watch him on Sunday evening, or they always watch him on Monday, but they watch him every week. And they had been hurt, James, and I've been church hurt, and I get all of that. And and Dallas Stewart is the only one that they'll listen to preach the gospel. And they love them some Dallas Stewart, and got to meet him this last year.
He's God-filled.
Yeah, it's just so awesome.
In my life, I thank God every night. Every night.
We got Jessica on here too. Looks like Jessica joined us. Jared Hudson's on here. Jared's one of my brothers. They helped me get going in this, and I definitely think, Hugs, you are like my family, Jared. I'm your family too, Jessica. Look, we all love you. Y'all keep Miss Jessica in your prayers. We got Big Bird on here. Of course, you know, Killian First Baptist Church, loving them into the kingdom, Big Bird says. And that's what's up. I mean, it literally, I go in there and it's like, I mean, I'm in awe, number one, because, I mean, Dallas's preaching is just, I mean, the Holy Spirit is leading this man. Right. And it's so powerful. Feeling the presence of God. And then I run into people like you, and it's like, I can't get enough. And you can ask Dallas, or you can ask Hazel. I'm like, man, I just said, my boy James, man. And, you know, I'm talking about y'all, and I can't wait to get down there and see y'all. It's just awesome.
Definitely mutual. We got a lot to accomplish. It's getting there.
It's getting there. You're going to get there.
Dallas gonna have to open the gym up.
Yeah, it's coming.
He said that yesterday or the day before that. It was after church Sunday. He said, "Ain't gonna be long. We ain't gonna have room. We're gonna have to move to the gym." And then I heard you say that earlier, and I was like, "Whoa."
I don't know if y'all went there. I stood up one time. I think that might have been like last June or October. Maybe it was October. Probably in October when I was down. I had said something, Dallas let me get up and say a little bit of something about how him and I met. And I urged the people at the church to get behind what Dallas was doing and what he was trying to do, because God is moving so powerfully through this man. And, you know, people are getting healed. People are coming to Christ. And I mean, it's just awesome. And I'm just so blessed and so honored. I mean, he is the best friend I've ever had in my life. Dallas and we're on the phone several times a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
And, you know, they coming up here in a few weeks, and you know, of course I'm moving down there, but, I stood up and I said, you see all these empty seats in here? If you would get behind what this man was doing, this sanctuary wouldn't be big enough to hold the people that are coming. And, you know, I just don't think it's not going to be long.
This past Sunday, there was very few empty seats.
Yeah, it's coming, and we're gonna have to figure something out, you know. But it's so exciting, isn't it?
That's a good problem to have.
That's right. Look, y'all, let's do this. I know y'all like Rare Breed, right?
Yes, sir.
So look, we're gonna roll some Rare Breed real quick. Take a couple minute break for you. Y'all can gather your thoughts, and we'll pick back up. This is The Devil is a Lie by Rare Breed.
When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough. Got a chip on your shoulder when you get it out the mud. When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil and tell him giddy up. I grew up down south with a mudslinging and a pot blare, and I'ma hit him up. When I met Christ, I was broken down, just a lost kid with nowhere to go. He put a fire in me, and the end result was some clean music with a nasty flow. Back in the day, I would sit in the car with a pen and a pad and a smoke box. The devil said that was reality, playing the game of my life. This ain't Roblox, you'll never control me. Trying to fill me up with doubt, you might as well sit in your corner, cause if you come out to the middle, I'm knocking you out. You know it's early morning, rise and grab the boots and get it stomping. Got the devil on my case, I promise he gon' get this word. Book of life inside the pocket, there ain't no way he can stop it. If you try, I promise everybody here gon' go to church. Got a chip on your shoulder when you get it out the mud. When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough. Used to walk around tiptoeing on eggshells, trying to keep myself in line. This year was an overnight, it was a 10-year grind. Even if I never made a dime, it was purpose driven. I was never quitting, even when the people tried to break me down. I learned a lesson. It wasn't always the devil showing up trying to take me out, but I forgive you now. That's grace. Hold a grudge and I said no way. Showing love, cause when Christ came, he bared the cross that I should have faced. He kept knocking, I opened up with no hesitation. I got the door, tears flowing, that's real talk. Next thing I know, my knees hit the floor. Praying to the Father for my family and my future. I just hope that we can prosper, cause my past has been a wreck. Then he told me I've been chosen, I don't have no place of fear. Now get up and lace your boots, it's time to stomp the devil's neck. Got a chip on your shoulder when you get it out the mud. When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. Whoa, boy, that's a lie. The devil is a lie. When you come from the bottom, the only way is up. He told you you wouldn't make it, you never be enough.
That's what's up right there. I'll tell you what.
Good one.
Yeah, isn't it though? I love the words. I seen you in the beginning, Jenna. You were like, yes, right?
That's what I listen to. The kids don't complain either.
Right? Yeah, it's awesome. I love me some Rare Breed. That's a good bro there. Guys, look, we talked a little bit about, where you were, and obviously led into where you're at now as far as your relationship goes. But let me ask you, like, you're talking about, the food program, right?
Right.
Where are y'all at in this now?
Well,
right? Like
this past Sunday, Brother David came to us, and he's fixing to have to be out for a little while because he's having surgery, and he asked us to kind of step up. And we were like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to be stepping up while he's down.
He said, just so y'all know, I've already done the footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here to serve.
We accept.
That's so awesome. And it's like,
yep, just like our shirts.
We were talking earlier. You used to be in one of those cars sitting in line.
Yes,
they don't know that though. No one knows that. They're not going to find out until they watch this. This is an exclusive.
Yeah, and
no one knows where we come from. They see us and we look so put together, but no one knows.
But that's the power of God right there.
That's exactly.
And it's so cool. Killian First Baptist Church, these people sow into your family. They sowed into you.
Yeah.
And and they're reaping a harvest as well, because I listen, and I'm not hyping this up. I'm not kidding when I say this. Y'all are two of the most amazing people that I've had the opportunity to come in contact with. And Jenna, Jenna, I if you wouldn't have shared what you shared earlier, there's no way. Like you said, not in a million years. Y'all are just so kind and so loving and so sweet, and
We've
so
been through
caring.
the thick of it. We have been through
We
the most. We have been through
always stuck
infidelity.
together.
We've been through addictions. We've been through loss. We've been through everything, and now we are reaping the harvest. That's what came to my mind last night when I was praying about today. What should I share? Number one thing I want to share is everyone needs to learn to slow down, and we spend all of our time just trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to have the house clean, getting the kids to ball practice, making sure supper is cooked. For me, that's my life, and I'm blessed to be able to be home and do all these things. And for him, it's, getting to the next crane, getting to the next load, pulling a load, getting to the shop, getting home, literally getting home, eating supper, falling asleep in the recliner, and then waking up and doing it all over again the next day. We have to learn to slow down and be present in the moment to be able to enjoy the harvest.
Yep.
You can't constantly plow the fields and plant the seeds and not enjoy the harvest. We are living in what we once prayed for.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is the time that we dreamed of. And now look at us. We went through the hardest time in our life. Now we own our home. We own our land. We have wonderful, smart children, and we're actually enjoying the harvest.
We're part of the community.
That's so awesome. I posted a meme this last week, and I don't remember the exact words. That's horrible.
We saw it.
The one about the darkness, and it's like, God, why did you allow me to go through so much darkness and experience such hell in my life?
Yeah,
it says, I heard the Lord answer so that you would know the way out when I sent you into the darkness to save somebody else.
That is the one, huh?
That's the one. I had shared that one.
I know that isn't the exact word, but it's something like that, and it's true. It's, I find myself so many times, I've been through so much, and it's like, man, why did I go through these things? And those things that I used to hate about my life, the things that I absolutely hated about my life, I actually embrace now. And I understand why I went through it. And it's because I can relate to so many people on so many different levels. And what perfect people to talk to somebody about Jesus, somebody that's struggling, somebody that can't make ends meet, somebody that needs help, somebody that's in that car coming through the food program. What more perfect people than the two of you to say, hey, listen, we used to be in that car.
Right.
Now we running the show,
Right.
And it's just
and that brings you back around to Killian First Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Brother David and Miss Linnell. Those people, they're so humble and kind, and they do so much for the community and the church. And I love them both so much because they don't even understand the way they touched our family. And they just welcome us with arms wide open when they see us.
Jessica's on here. She's watching. She says, I've been through all similar addiction, loss, trauma, etc. While they are amazing to be able to come out on the other side of things. And, Jessica's been going through some things, been praying for her. She's wonderful, faithful on here, always on one of our podcasts, always following. She actually just recently here gave her life to Christ here, 3-4 weeks ago, I believe it was.
That's where it started.
But even prior to that, she's been on here. She's been on here and watching all the shows. And it's amazing, when you sow into someone's life. You were talking about how you started listening to Christian music, and that's all you listen to. There's some old school stuff that I'll listen to, some old Steely Dan or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, because I love music. I mean, Dallas and Christy know that. I'm a music fanatic. I love music. And, but it's like the Christian music is just there's a message in it. people are like, man, people are telling me all the time, man, you're always bumping Christian hip hop music. And I'm like, listen, if you don't like the beats, just listen to the words. If you'll just listen to the words.
And for me, that's what sewed me in and led me to the heart change. I was one of those, I always thought it was up here, and it's not. It's not in your mind. It starts with a heart change, because I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I look at the Bible, Jeff, and I'm like, I don't understand this. I'm not that. Now I can do it, and I can get in the word, and it hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you can see things in scriptures that nobody else sees.
Right.
And it's so obvious to you. And it's like, but again, too, that's because that is because of the calling that you have on your life, James.
Right.
You was called to preach the gospel.
Right.
And God's going to do that through you.
It's coming.
And it's coming. It's just part of the process. And, listen, we know that Dallas just commented on what I said about music, and he said, we know, yeah, we know in Walmart. So I was with Dallas, and Dallas dropped Christy and I off in the parking lot over at Ponchatoula Walmart. And I'm going through Walmart, and they had some music on, and I'm dancing. I'm like, come on, Christy. I'm in there with my pastor's wife, and I'm like, come on out there. She said, boy, you better hope we don't run into somebody I know. And sure enough, we turned the corner, and it was great. And I'm in there carrying on, and Christy said, boy, you is stupid now. They know I love me some music. But she did say she loves some Jeff Brooks. But, it's one of those things, I believe, James, that one of the reasons that I was so drawn to you is because of the calling on your life. And, I went through this long, similar process. I've been in different forms of ministry, and I've had the opportunity to minister in different places across the world. I was part of a prophetic ministry for a long time, and we were prophesying. We were in different large revival type settings and whatnot. I've seen some amazing things happen. And, I did some associate pastor work, and when I came down there in March, I will tell you that I honestly stepped into, not only did, I accepted the call of my life a long time ago, but I really stepped into it, and I said, that's it. I'm hitting it. I'm staying in it. And this is the way that it's going to be. And that's when God really started to use me as an evangelist and reach people, because I'm able to talk people in a way that others are not.
Right.
And, when I had somebody come up to me that morning that's been in ministry for decades, and they told me that I said some things that they'd never heard before. And they said that they had never seen or heard anything like what I said, and that I changed their life. It really hit me. It floored me, especially coming from that person. And because this guy is way up here to me, and I look up to him so much, and man, that just fueled a fire in me. Right. And it's like, I'm coming into contact. We sitting around, everybody's eating all the brownies that Hazel made for me. I was all the things, boy. I forgave you, but I ain't gonna forget it.
Hey, in my defense, Jeff, I don't even eat brownies, but I couldn't turn it down.
I know, man. Michael put you up to it, but it's like I just sat there and I was having such a great time. And when you came walking back in, something clicked in my spirit, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this dude. And I started praying for you, and I pray for you and Jenna on the daily and your family. I always pray that you'll come into the fullness of your calling. And we're seeing just the tip of it right now, and it's so exciting.
Right.
But you two are such a powerful couple. God is going to use you to do some absolutely amazing things and change lives. And you're already starting to, you can probably feel momentum around you right now.
Oh, dude.
Where, you got people that, are watching you, and they're like, you know what, maybe I'm going to come over there and visit, because they've seen how drastically your lives have changed. And when that momentum starts, when you're first getting into ministry and that momentum starts, that momentum is so vital. It keeps you going. It keeps you want to keep moving. And then you start to see people change and the chairs start to fill up. And you look around, the next thing you know, your families are coming, your friends are coming. And that's the power of God, you know.
Right.
And it's just, you know, all you doing is being obedient. All the two of you have to do is say what he tells you to say, be where he wants you to be, and do what you're supposed to be doing. That's it.
That's right.
It's as simple as that.
It's not hard. It's not hard. I don't know
Right.
why I haven't did this a long time ago.
It wasn't the
But
time.
Yeah.
it just wasn't the time,
You
I
wouldn't
guess.
have been able to appreciate
So-
what's going on now.
So I'm going to ask you all the same question, but in different context.
Okay.
James, I want you, if you would, just for a minute, just tell me what it's like for you to see your wife this way,
I love it, Jeff.
being involved.
I love it. I love it. The attitude's changing. You know, she's
Has friends.
she's actually got friends she can hang out with because she never got to experience that. And
Yeah.
a lot of people, you know, I've heard comments and she's heard comments. Oh, well, he don't let you do this or he don't let you do that. Never in our relationship have I ever tried to hold her down or tell her what she can and can't do. You know, it was her choice. People that she cut out of her life for certain reasons, you know, it was always her
Trauma.
choice. And just to see her how she is now, she's always happy, always got a Bible close to her. She's studying every day. You know,
Yeah.
happy to get up and go help. It's just amazing, Jeff. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It
And
really-
Jenna,
I wouldn't
what
have it any other way.
what's it like for you, Jenna, to see your husband becoming this? Well, he already is, but I mean, even more so becoming this man of God. What's that like for you?
It feels like we're finally where we're supposed to be. I've kind of seen it the whole time. I was there when he got prophesied over, but I can see his reluctance, but because I understand the hurt that comes from it. I fully understand, but really just to his whole attitude's changed. His whole demeanor. He's not quick to react. Now he's quick to just keep his comments and think about it before he goes and says what he wants to say. It's like he's thinking about it. And I can see the change in him is drastic. It's drastic. Anyone who sees him, his mom has made comments like just the change. It's so prominent. And then to see he's reaching friends who swore they didn't need to go to church. They don't need to go to church because they're right with God right here. And they don't need to go to church, but they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And they're right there on teeter-tottering on the fence. And he's reaching people. And I see that. And it's like, I would have never in a million years. I've been sending him songs. Like our kind of music. I've been sending him songs and he would never listen to them. And now it's like a key. It was like his heart change really would be like a key. It unlocked this different part of him.
Yeah.
Now he's instead of just hearing it and oh, that's garbage. No, he's hearing the lyrics and that it's a testimony.
Yeah.
And he's relating to it. And he's understanding the word and he's going to Bible study when he gets home and he's able, he's going. We never miss a Sunday. And it's that dedication. I see it. And he's really being a role model for our family. He's standing as the head of the household and he's leading us in the right way. And I see what it's doing. He's setting an example of what a godly man should be for our boys and our daughter, for her future husband.
Yeah.
And I get to reap that harvest.
Yeah.
I get to reap that harvest. I get the version of him that so many other people wanted, but they weren't patient.
Right. And I love that you send him music because I send him music too.
And then sometimes he'll play it. I'm like, I know that one.
Yeah,
hey, let's see.
The favor.
Let's see if y'all know this one.
He sent me one yesterday, Jeff.
Yeah.
It was powerful. It was so powerful. It was called what was it, Jamie?
I think I sent it to Jeff
Praying
too.
Man. Jelly Roll, Shabuzi, and
Oh
Dax.
yeah, yep.
Prayer of a Broken Man. Oh my gosh. I listened to it twice.
And then I turned around and sent him one by Dax called God's Eyes.
Yeah.
That was a good one too.
I love Dax.
Yeah.
So look, y'all, let's do this since we're talking about this music. Let's roll another song. This is called Walk Away by ASAP Preach.
I don't wanna waste no time. Gotta let you go. I don't wanna walk away. I don't wanna waste no time. I don't wanna leave you, but I gotta walk away. 'Cause I need to. Sin is destroying my life. I can't take it. Feeling like dying inside. And I hate it. I give my life to you, Lord. You won't let me down, down, down. Lord, let me vent and let it out. Pour my heart out. All that negativity around. Cut it all out. Clash. On my sin, you erased in a flash. Gotta open up the word before I crash. Clean me up. You saw me all stuck in the mud. Need it up. I don't wanna walk away. I don't wanna waste no time. I don't wanna leave you, but I gotta walk away. 'Cause I need to. Sin is destroying my life. I can't take it. Feeling like dying inside. And I hate it. I give my life to you, Lord. You won't let me down, down, down. You told me stop stressing and trust me. Left you many times in my life, never left me once. In the same place where you met me. Calling on your name, can you help me? Oh, I was full of hate and you showed me love. I was really thirsty and you filled my cup. I couldn't get away, yeah, you saw me in the club. And it didn't feel right. Give me grace from above. Can you hear me, Lord? Tired of this life that I'm living, I'ma walk away. I just gotta move forward. Give it all to you, you're the only one to carry that weight. 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 I'm calling out to you, Lord, Lord, Lord.
Well, I can
You're still muted.
That's so. What?
hear
You were still muted.
I know I'm trying to be cool. Look, hey, so listen, I want to share before we share a little bit more. I want to share a scripture. So Matthew 13, it talks about the parable of the sower. So Matthew 13, 3-9. I'll read while you find it. But it says, Jesus says, behold, a sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seed fell among the wayside. Matthew 13, 3-9. And the birds came and devoured them. Some fell on stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns and sprang up, and the thorns choked them. But the others fell on good ground and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. You know,
Wow.
I think about when I see that scripture, and I was reading that scripture, and you know, Hazel and I were talking about this, and she says, from seed to harvest, and I'm like, I could see this, and I read this scripture. I could see this line in the parking lot of church, and I could see y'all sitting in this car, and I could just imagine the volunteers, the workers there, sowing into you, not just providing you with food, but people praying, and
Right.
And they're sowing into your life. Yes, there are some cars that come through there that are going to be like the thorns. They're going to be like sowing onto the rocks. But I can see y'all and the seed taking in your life, and this seed blossoming and coming to fruition and taking hold. And I'll tell you that Killian First Baptist Church reaped an amazing harvest with the two of you, because y'all two are absolutely amazing people. Like I said earlier, the love and the compassion and the caring and the kindness and the generosity and everything that, you know, I can feel coming out of you when you're around, or when I'm around you, is so amazing to me. And we all need it. We all need that type of people in our lives. And God has surrounded you by several people in that place that provide you the support that you need, you know, both, you know, emotionally, physically. And so, you know, it's absolutely amazing. Benny Braylon said, Jamie and Jenna Schuyler is on here listening also.
Hey,
That's
Schuyler.
awesome. Hey, what's
Tomorrow,
up?
we're having a baby shower for him and his fiance tomorrow.
Yeah, I heard all about it.
We're looking at Killian First Baptist Church as another one of the things that they do.
Imagine that, huh? But listen, so this is what I want to do. I'm going to ask you all a question. And some people, what's this say? Kevin Gaither, a friend of mine. This is an amazing. Kevin Gaither is an amazing brother. He has an absolutely amazing testimony. So he's out of Oklahoma, and former biker, a former 1%er, bad to the bone dude, right? Gave his life to Jesus Christ, and he's like this big teddy bear now, you know. And he's just absolutely amazing, and he is doing some amazing things, and for the kingdom. And he says, Dallas, Christy, Jeff, these are some of your roots to hold you grounded, and as Christians to hold you and your testimony accountable. Yep, that's it. You know, we got to be accountable to one another, and it, you know, make no mistake that the attacks are going to come after tonight, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I'm praying and praying and praying for y'all.
Let them come.
You know, let him come. You know, the devil's a punk. He's an absolute chump.
That's right.
And he ain't going to get none of this. And because we got you covered.
That's all I need right here, Joe.
That's it. That's all you need. You know,
Brother Dallas is come and bless our house for us.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be able to step foot in his house.
That's it. I'm telling you. You know, it's funny because that's one of the things that I used to do. People used to call me all the time. Hey, will you come bless our house? And then we used to have this big men's group that met every week. It was big too. We ended up, we outgrew our place several times, but and then, you know, we started into 250, 300, 400 guys, you know, and people were like, hey, will you come bless my house? You bet. I mean, we went over there, we anointed their house with oil and prayed for everything or everybody in their family, and partner everything in their house, you know. And it was absolutely amazing though, but it was an awesome opportunity to get to know those couples, right, to have the opportunity to do that. So that was really cool. Y'all will be blessed for that. But listen, this was what I want to ask you. We all have dreams and visions, you know, for the most part. Sometimes we say, oh, well, you know, I was this thing, you know, or I was seeing this thing, or whatever it is. God will give you visions. He'll give you visions of the future and what things are going to look like. And I want y'all to think real hard, and you might not have to think real hard, but where do you see yourselves going in this? And I guess, James, where do you see yourself? You know, I'm not saying, you know, where do you see yourself for 10 years from now? We don't know, right? But I mean, God is showing you things. You know, what's God showing you about your future?
Right now, it's just to serve, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just to serve, and that's where it starts.
You know, I hear you make comments all the time, though. You don't even realize it.
For one instance, like I have a neighbor up the road, Jeff, and this goes to the food pantry just to show you how this outreach is. Well, every time he cuts his grass or anything bad happens to him, I'm always there. And he made the comment to me and my wife. He was like, bro, he's like, you are my guardian angel. He said, it seems like every single time I screw up, you're right there.
Uh-huh.
So fast forward, we're working the food pantry.
Uh-huh.
He comes through the line, looks me dead in my face, said, you truly are an angel.
Yeah.
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 So, hey, it gets out. It's full circle moments. But as far as any visions or anything, I mean, I'm gonna follow Dallas Stewart until
There you
we
go.
rock it. I mean, I'm here. That's just like I tell him all the time, Pastor, I'm here. Use me. Wherever it goes, it goes.
Right.
So, but I'm going to be out.
We have been serving.
Yes.
Like, I worked in Vacation Bible School with Skylar's fiance. His baby shower's tomorrow. And we worked the Southern Boys Outdoors event.
Yeah.
The food pantry. Man, that was a big turnout, the Southern Boys Outdoors event. We worked our tails off, but we definitely reaped the benefit from it. And we have been serving, but he makes comments here and there about, I don't think he realizes it, but I think it's maybe God putting it on him. He keeps saying, man, great things are coming. You just wait. I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And he's talking about you getting down here and moving into the gym and doing events in the gym and all these different things. And I don't think he realizes it, but that is, I think, God giving him, glimpses of what's to come. He keeps telling me, he's like, I'm just so happy to be a part of it. I can't wait. Big things are coming.
Yeah, you can count on that. Big things are definitely coming. Dallas is he's an amazing man, and he really brings out the best in me on the ministry side of things, and Christy, have just been so supportive and sowing into my life, and Hazel and it's I'm really excited to get down there. And yeah, there's big things coming, some things that I share, some things I don't. I share as I feel led to, and then there's, like I said, there's just other things I don't. But I wanted to ask you that because really what that question does is it really exposes your heart. And what I'm picking up from the two of you just want to serve.
We're gonna serve until our calling is there. We're gonna give them Jesus.
And that's the heart of God, because, Jesus said, we see in the Bible where Jesus says the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve.
That's right.
And so when you put on that mind of Christ, like I talked about back in March, and you start to, you're thinking like the Father's thinking, you're thinking like the Son of Man is thinking, and it's serve. It's serve, serve, serve. And, y'all are serving Killian First Baptist Church so well. And everybody there is so excited about the two of you and others that I want to get on here. Steve and Holly.
Right.
Those two, that's a power couple. That is a power couple.
And you are a power couple. And, duh. It's just, y'all are just amazing people to me. And it's like I said, of your story, not the whole thing. And, so
not even close to the whole thing.
Oh, no, you would be.
So
there, look, you go prior to my adulthood, you would be shocked. You'd be like, how are you even still here?
Probably not. Probably not. I tell you, these parts of my story that are so similar to that. And, I drank myself clinically dead back in 1990 on purpose, and turned around and did it again 2 days later. And here I am on Quake Radio podcast on a Thursday night.
You didn't complete your mission. You're not going anywhere.
No, exactly. We got a lot of stuff to do, and that's one of the reasons. So I'm excited to get down there. It's one of the reasons I'm so excited to get together with y'all. Coming down there, we got stuff to do.
Right.
And it's going to be kingdom shaking things that we're going to be doing. And it's going to be awesome. Super excited about it. And Jessica says, I don't know how I'm still here either, but God has plans for us. That's right, Jessica.
That's right.
Yeah, He's got plans for you. Alexis Larkin says, "We love our pickles."
I love you.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, I can't thank y'all enough to, one, that you come on here and you allow yourselves to be vulnerable.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I've never shared this before, or I've never said this. And let me tell you what's going to happen. God is going to unlock that thing, has already unlocked that thing, but He's going to unleash something out of that. And people are going to start coming to you to be ministered to.
Hey.
And you're going to have an opportunity to use what was meant to break you, and you're going to use that to make you.
We are here.
And I had shared something, and I won't share what it was, but I shared something at the men's ministry that I'd never shared in my life. And it was a men's event. So I got down just south of Memphis, and I was listening to a podcast of that ASAP Preach was live. And he was saying that, there was this one thing that he never shared, and God asked him to share it. And he was like, he didn't want to share it. And he did. So he ended up sharing this one thing. And after he did, his ministry exploded. And so here I am, and I'm like, man, really just struggling, because I'm like, man, I don't want to share that. Right.
That's how I was yesterday and the day before.
And I shared it. And my ministry it's exploded, and it's continuing to explode, and all of these great things are happening. I've wanted to live back in Louisiana for over 30 years now, and I'm on my way down, and God's using me, and He's going to continue to use me, and we're going to do some amazing things down there. We're going to tear that roof off, bro. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to happen.
Super excited.
Brother Dallas got to get with the program. It's going to happen.
That's it. So before we close this show out, I'm going to hit one more song for y'all. This song here. I don't know if y'all know who Big Yeet is. Y'all know who Big Yeet?
Maybe not.
All right, check my boy out. This is Big Yeet. I Need Jesus.
Yeah. I know what it feels like to be addicted. I know what it feels like to not be heard. I know what it feels like to be misunderstood.
Phone on D&D. I don't want to talk, I don't want to speak. I know what it's like to not be heard. I know how it feels to not want to eat. Everything good whenever the sun shine, and I'm the one carry the load. I had to give it to God with tears in my eyes, cause I ain't want to live no more. Been through depression, been through addiction. He was the one that was with me. Everyone telling me how to feel, but no one to keep it real. I heard this small voice saying, son, I can save you. Go and help my people use the gift that I gave you. Thoughts on suicide, here's the reason I'm alive. Oh Lord, I hope you hear my cry. And you remind me that I'm not alone. They keep saying that the good die young. When I'm all alone, need a hero to save me from my thoughts. Couldn't leave it alone, maybe it's my fault. I need Jesus, Jesus. I need Jesus, Jesus. Break the chains I'm bound, I wanna be free. Need the Son of God to come and save me. I need Jesus, Jesus. I need Jesus, Jesus.
Ain't got no fear, keep telling myself my God gon' help me get through it. All this pain, man, I've been through it. Ain't trying to get fame, but I influence. Yo, pray, Lord, please, how can I see? How can I leave?
Can you help me, Lord? I'm dying within me.
Few times I felt like killing myself. That was the worst I felt. I was making my bed and now, man. God, will you help me safely times anywhere that you would not fail me? I realized I've been selfish, and He gave me light and I felt it. He took my depression, now I feel joy cause the Lord God gave me forgiveness. Now I gotta change my live, help people by Jesus that's stuck in addiction. Gotta go back to the prison, you can't do this on your own. You forgiven my sins.
I'm all alone, need a hero to save me from my thoughts. Couldn't leave it alone, maybe it's my fault. I need Jesus, Jesus. I need Jesus, Jesus. Break the chains I'm bound, I wanna be free. Need the Son of God to come and save me. I need Jesus, Jesus. I need Jesus, Jesus.
That's so powerful. It's unreal. Sorry about that. I thought I clicked it and I didn't.
We like that one.
Who's running this thing anyway?
My Weimaraner is trying to run it.
Oh, hey, I had 2 Weimaraners, a blue and a silver.
And we got a silver. She's 11 years old.
So Jessica said, that's me. I'm scared to share something that is beyond terrible that happened to me, but one day I'm going to share it. That's awesome, Jessica. We'll be here to hear about it too.
Jared? Is that an invite from Jared with the pizza and skeet ball?
Yeah, Jared, boy. That's a little inside joke that we have about Chuck E. Cheese and skee ball. But Kevin Gaither says, here's a continuation building on that. Peaceful, comforting imagery. May God be like a soft wind on your face, a gentle guide to bring you quiet rest, surrounding you with warm and steady grace to comfort you and make your spirit blessed. Much love. Keep the rubber to the road.
Keep the rubber to the road.
Keep the rubber to the road.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. Yep. Man, that brother is so amazing. So Kevin does a lot of writing, and the writings that he does are just absolutely amazing. But so look here, I want you all to, so we got a few people that need prayer, right? More than a few people, but a few in particular. Big Bird, Big Bird's been battling. He's struggling.
I pray for Big Bird all the time.
We're going to need to pray for Big Bird. We're going to need to pray for Jessica. She's been struggling. She's going through some things. And Jason Katz, the founder of Quake Radio, his wife Judy has been going through some things. And so those 3 in particular definitely need prayer. And, pray for your church. So, James, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to ask you to lead us in prayer as we end this podcast tonight. I know we went over a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure y'all had time to share. And
Did you share what you wanted to share?
Yeah, we're good.
Is there anything you want to share, bro? Look,
I'm good.
All the time we want. Seriously, this is my show. We can do whatever we want.
All the time up.
I'm good, brother.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so if you would pray for us, James.
Don't hold back.
What'd you say, Jeff?
I said, why don't you go ahead and pray us out, brother?
All right. Thank you, dear God, for allowing us to be able to do this. Lord, we ask you to keep our brothers and sisters close to you, Lord, and give them comfort in what they're going through. I know I've seen it time and time before, Lord, the healings that you can do and pull off. Thank you for Jeff. Thank you for Killian Baptist Church. Brother Dallas is just an amazing guy. Lord, and I ask you to continue to let Jeff continue with this podcast and open people's hearts and open people's eyes, Lord. And all of this I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Sure there's nothing you want to share?
I'm good, brother.
Come on.
Good.
I'm good.
It's all right.
No, it's not. I'm good. Come on.
I got a message you. Look, I'm gonna end this stream, but you can stay on if you want to talk afterwards. We can talk. But listen, I appreciate every one of you coming on. Again, this is episode 3 of Unchained with Jeff Brooks, something new that we're doing. Can't thank you all enough for thank you so much. Jenna, thank you so much for being as vulnerable as you were.
I was reluctant.
And, I know.
Like Jessica mentioned, like you mentioned, I was reluctant because I was worried that people wouldn't see me the same way anymore.
No, I see you as an even more amazing person than I did before. And I appreciate you doing that. James, he's okay. He's I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You'll be able to share this after sober. It will be posted on Facebook. So you'll be able to share. There's going to be there will be a ton of people that watch it between now or probably the next 72 hours. And it's going to be awesome.
Watching and all the prayers and
and I mean, support. Anybody that's going through anything, please feel free to reach out. We're phone call away. Shoot us a message. Hit us up on Facebook. If we can help, we will. If it's even just to listen,
Yep.
Hey, we're here.
So y'all keep James and Jenna in your prayers, please. Over this upcoming weeks, keep James and Jenna Pickle in your prayers. I'd really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone coming on. Y'all have a blessed night, and remember, Jesus is Lord 24/7.
That's a
right.
fact. Yes,
All
sir.
right. We're out.